This is Rob Consu of Radio ITG, bringing us Peace and Harmony versus Ominous Latin Name in the semifinal match of the Winterfest Championship Series. We are on the Frozen Isle. Pretty much the front entrances to both bases are fairly close to another. However, that is the gank route, being that the back entrance to both bases is the route to the flag stand in the middle. Of course, with every Guild Wars match, if you hold that flag stand for 2 minutes without letting your other team overcap you, you're going to earn yourself a morale boost and 10% more health, 10% more energy, as well as recharge all your skills. And very interestingly, right here at 31 seconds, one of the monks for Ominous Latin Name has yet to load into the match. So it will be very interesting to see here if we get a restart. In fact, OLN has not even left base right now, as they should when you get a situation like this. They're going to sit back and hope for their monk to spawn into the match. Yesterday, when we did have an error 7, they did not restart the match. Very, very sad about that. Tag right here is just going to be dancing around their base and try to defend it as long as possible. Hopefully Fujiwara does spawn into the match. And then as soon as he does so, they are going to try and make the best out of their situation right here. Scrolling up through my chat log here to see if there was any sort of disconnect, and that is not the case. So they're going to go ahead and engage on each other inside the base of Tag. We shall see exactly how Tag does short one monk. And right now, they are inflicting quite a lot of damage onto Tarnia, one of the monks for PnH. But as we look at Cassette Player for Tag, he's not doing too healthy. Animal Hearts You is trying to do his best to keep him alive, along with Tag Wu. They should be able to fend this off as much as possible, but as far as charging out of the base, it's going to be incredibly difficult for them to do so. With them down monks, I'd actually say about 33%. Because typically you only do run with a 2-monk backline, and arguably this is still a 2-monk backline because Tag pretty much is only a runner. And however, he's only going to have one skill, and that one running skill is going to be Storm Dinge Haste. However, as we see there, Tag was knocked down, and as Tag being knocked down, they inflicted all of their damage onto Animal and wiped Animal off there before Tag could do anything about it. Tag Wu being the runner, his elite would be the global heal, either by way of Heal Party or Light of Deliverance. So he's not going to really have the capacity to guard against any kind of big spike coming off of Peace and Harmony, which, seeing that they have 2 Mesmers, that spike would more than likely be Warstrol's Demise. And as I see here, quite a few spikes going down right now on Ominous Latin Name. However, not too much in the way of a kill so far. As I was saying before, Spiritual Pain, as it was just dished off there by Claw's PvP. And they were able to get Jat out without any kind of healing being able to be done on him. And Animal is a phenomenal monk. However, you know, you can really only expect him to do so much. His elite is going to be Zealot's Benediction. Quite a beefy heal, a beefy single target heal, but as far as preventing a spike with that elite, you'd really have to be all over that spike, and also you'd have to count on your opponent being a little behind and a little broken up on the spike as well, or have your target pre-prodded with Protective Spirit. So pretty much what Animal's going to try and do when he does see a spike is cast Reversal of Fortune to hopefully subvert one of those spiking skills. He would then cast Protective Spirit on him, so that any subsequent damage dealt on him is only 10% of his maximum health. And then he's going to cast Zealot's Benediction to heal through, hopefully enough to preserve the target. But as we can see right here, Jat was taken down, and the party really isn't feeling too healthy. They are pressured all across the board. But as you see, Tag Wu right there spamming out Light of Deliverance as often as possible to deal with that pressure on the remaining members of Tag. And I do see here that Peace and Harmony is rolling with 3 Mesmer, so it is going to be a very high spike. And in fact, Shobu right there is rolling with Shatter Enchantment. So as soon as Animal Hearts you cast the Protective Spirit enchantment on the spiking target, it's just going to get shattered off, and not too much the Protective Spirit is not going to do too much help with the Shatter enchantments, more than likely on all 3 of these Mesmers right here. All 3 Mesmers do seem to also have a Gale. So when they do lay a spike down, they're probably going to either Gale down Tag Wu or Animal Hearts you, rendering that other monk helpless, and then just spike through what little enchantments the other monk can deal off. And in fact, I very much doubt that Tag Wu would have any enchantments himself. So basically the whole idea would be to Gale down Tag Wu, which just happened right there, spike a target, and shatter off the Protective Spirit that Animal is able to cast on that target. The other members of Peace and Harmony are basically 2 dervishes. Your basic melee caster class in Guild Wars. Probably running the so-called Dervish Bomb build. They can really just spam off a whole crap load of AoE damage, and it is very hard to pick out exactly what target is the spiking target, which right now there it was a cassette player because of the AoE coming off of those dervishes. So at 8 minutes, Tag is going to resurrect, or I should say Jet and cassette player of Tag is going to resurrect back at that shrine. And with that, Peace and Harmony is just going to engage in on cassette player and Tag and finish those guys off. However, they are really going for Jet right now, having a nice body block on him. But because of that, it's really no secret who Peace and Harmony's target is going to be. So Animal would have casted that Shield of Absorption as well as Protective Spirit on him, and provided sufficient protection on Jet. And he was able to preserve him, at least for now. And really, when we look at the clock, it's 9 minutes in. You can really not even count on Fujiwara ever spawning into this match. And as we see right here, Tag has already resigned. And, you know, I'm very, very surprised that the devs didn't restart this match. I mean, Fujiwara never even spawned in. And, you know, I guess some of that you can